It's 11 o'clock.
Today's
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. We're learning more about the suspect in the shooting at the CDC headquarters. Here's reporter Tracy.
The accused shooter, 30-year-old Patrick Joseph White, fired nearly 500 rounds. 200 of them hit 6 CDC buildings.
The shooter had no known criminal history.
GBI Director Chris Hosey says after searching his residence, they did find
Written documentation that expressed the shooter's discontent with the COVID-19 vaccinations.
White fired at an officer who later died, and
The shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
President Trump has extended a trade truce with China for another 90 days. Tariffs on Chinese imports are already at 30%. CBS's Ramy Inocencio.
The timing is notable here because of the December holiday season. It's summer now here in the Northern Hemisphere, right? But U.S. retailers will be stocking up on a lot of Chinese imports over the next few months. So this pause, in effect, helps those companies, and they won't have to make that double choice, if you will, to pass on higher costs to U.S. consumers and maybe eat some of those costs when they'll be buying things in November and December.
The pause also clears the way for a possible meeting later this year between Trump and the Chinese president. Some of the National Guard members Trump deployed to the nation's capital have begun arriving to assist in the effort to tackle crime. Washington's Mayor Muriel Bowser says she'll work with federal officials, but the police chief remains in charge of the department and its officers. How we got here, or what we think about the circumstances right now, we have more police, and we want to make sure we're using them. Inflation held steady last month, but economist Gus Fauché says it's only because food and energy costs are lower, and it puts the Fed in a tough spot.
They need to be concerned about inflation because inflation is higher than they would like and it's picking up. At the same time, they're concerned about the labor market because we've seen significantly slower job growth. And I think that this is likely to increase the political pressure on the Fed to do something as well.
Authorities in Alaska are warning of a possible flooding from well-known glaciers, as Michael Wallace reports.
Governor Mike Dunleavy has issued a state disaster declaration after the National Weather Service warned a side basin of the Mendenhall Glacier will likely overflow this week, flooding the Juneau area. This would be the third straight year that happens. The city and the Army Corps of Engineers have installed more than 2 miles of flood control barriers along the Mendenhall River. They may be put to the test this week.
On Wall Street today, stocks are higher. The Dow Jones Industrial's up 493. The S&P 500 at a new record. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cab News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 79 degrees in Tracy, California.